Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Bernier, the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day for Saturday, December the 24th. There is a race of the day for Saturday, December the 24th. Laurel's the only track in the country running. Good for them.
Maybe you get a little something from Santa before he actually shows up at your house.
And it's at race number 6 at about a mile and a 16th for 3-year-olds and some hard-hitting optional claiming sorts. Let's take a look at the field, and I want to remind everybody, free Formulator Pass performances on the DRF.com Race of the Day event page, so download and follow along with us. We'll begin with the inside horse. That's Flash McCall. Never like to see the 6 seconds from 14 lifetime starts. This horse was stakes placed during the spring at Laurel at this distance. I kind of think he's more of a one-turn mile type, and I wonder where he is from a form standpoint.
Recent races don't look very good. Two most recent, he's beaten almost 25 lengths. You look at his running style also, I think he's going to come from the back of the pack. If you use him, I would suggest underneath only.
Number 2 is I Came to Party. Multiple stakes placed. I'm willing to discard his last race. They shipped him down to Delta Downs over that bull ring, and he was just no match for those horses in a race that produced a next out 79 Beyer speed figure winner. I Came to Party, though, after 19 starts, the best Beyer is still an 80, and the Beyer par for this race is an 88, so logically he has to improve by a lot.
That's my biggest concern with him. I like that tactical speed that he brings to the table. I just don't think he's fast enough.
You can never throw out the number 3 Sea Raven. He's a real solid horse, and just look at the runners he's been in against. Name Changer is a much improved horse for Alan Goldberg. John Jones 3 starts back, was in razor sharp form. He beat this horse. Sea Raven fits at this level. It wouldn't matter if it's wet or dry. He just needs a little bit of pace.
I don't know how much pace he's going to get in this race. That's my biggest concern with him. I picked him 4th. I think he's a prime candidate to round out exotics. I just don't know that he's going to get the setup he needs.
Number 4 is Golden Glint. He's the stablemate of that wonderful runner, Paige McKenney, who's slowly back on the work tab now. 4-5 slow workouts. Hopefully we'll see Paige McKenney in 2017. And Golden Glint just beat 4 of these common rivals, most recently on December the 3rd. This is a real hard hitter. 15 of 28 in the exact. Over $300,000 in career earnings.
Just shows up, runs his race more often than not. You'll occasionally get a minor little hiccup here or there. I like the work Mary Epler does as a whole. Past 2 years, dirt route winner last out at Laurel, 7 for 19 with a 385 ROI. I also like the fact that this one isn't going to be very close to the pace, but also isn't going to come from out of the clouds with the likes of Sea Raven and Flash McCall. I think this one works out a good trip.
You got to think the 5 Cerebral is going to be up close to the pace in this spot. He does have that natural speed. Plus, he should be fresh off of the August layoff. Gary Capuano has had a fine Laurel meeting. It just seemed before the layoff he was just trending off form. Last time out he was 2-1 and he bombed. I need to see a little bit more off the bench.
Agreed. It's going to be one of those things where he's got a couple of races on his page that are certainly good enough to win. I just need him to prove to me, and I wonder if he takes some money. I'm not that interested in it.
The number 6, Scorch, won 2 in a row before going to the bench for a very long time. We have not seen Scorch in about 11 months or so, but his new trainer, Michael Dickinson, a wizard with layoff horses. Maybe you don't worry so much about the layoff with Dickinson now at the helm.
Scorch is the X factor, isn't he, in this race? I mean, you look at his 2 most recent dirt track tries. I know one of them was over a sloppy sealed surface, but he has an 89 in that race. That's technically the highest last out Beyer, albeit almost a year ago. And then you go back to that Prince of Wales, 1 mile and 3/16 on dirt. He got an 88 Beyer. If he runs either one of those races, I think he just wins. I just think he's better than these. That's a big, big unknown, even with Dickinson in your corner.
The number 7 is Coltimus Prime. This is a Canadian Classic winner. He won the Prince of Wales back in 2014. And he hasn't won since. I wonder if last time out he was ridden just a little bit too aggressively in that one-turn mile race against Golden Glint. He was bet down to 4-1 in that spot. I think he's more effective as a stalker. I think this extra distance will help him.
I would agree with that. There's a part of me, though, as you laid out, it's been so long since he's had a victory. It's hard to trust a horse like this. He figures to be forwardly placed. I suppose if you're going to back him, you're going to get a bit of a thrill.
Number 8, Fleet Willie's won 3 out of his last 5, 2 out of his last 3. The only loss came up in New York against some tougher horses. I like the way he won last time out. He was right up close to the pace. He took command, and he won as an odds-on favorite should. There's no doubt he's sharp. He came close to the Beyer par last time out. He exceeded it 3 starts back in Parks, and he should sit just a great trip up close to the pace.
Yeah, he was just better than those horses that he faced most recently. That was another race of the day that we did. My concern, it's not about his form. Obviously, he's razor sharp at this point. I think he's facing better competition here. I don't know if he's going to pass the acid test. We saw what happened in New York 2 back when he faced better horses. He got buried. You know, it's one of those things. I think he's logical. I picked him second. Until he proves to me that he can hang with this type, I just want to side against it a short number.
Number 1 is Monkey's Medal. No match for Golden Glint. 2 starts back, but he got the needed drop last time out. Down to 25. He came from off the pace. He got it done. The problem is now he's stepping back up in class, and I just wonder if at this point in his career he's more of a starter allowance claiming type than a true optional claiming allowance runner.
Yeah, don't know that he's this classy. Also worth noting 0 for 12 at the distance.
Street Spice, stakes placed in his career, closing in on $250,000 in lifetime earnings. Third behind Golden Glint last time out in a 1-turn mile, but it's been a long time between drinks. He has not won a race since February of 2015.
That was down at the fairgrounds. You look at this horse again, you just rattle off loss after loss. He's an interesting one if you're thinking underneath, though.
Who do you like in race number 6 at Laurel? It's a fairly wide open race. You got a little bit of everything. You got some speed horses, you got some layoff horses, you got some sharp horses stepping up in class, you got some horses dropping down in class like Sea Raven. Where are you going?
You have a fair amount of speed in here, but I don't think it's going to be blistering, so I wonder if the horses coming from way out of it are a little bit compromised. I like the 4 Golden Glint. I think he works out a nice trip sort of mid-pack. He has the ability to be reasonably close, but he won't be too close. He also won't be coming from 150 out of it. He shouldn't be. Like I said, I think Mary Epler does very good work. I'm going 4-8-6-3.
Great meet from Mary Epler.
Yeah.
30% at the current Laurel meeting. In Dickinson, I trust in this situation. I thought Scorch was on his way to being a good horse before the layoff. Obviously, there was some sort of physical problem. It's usually an issue. But again, Dickinson does well. I went with the number 6, Scorch, the horse he beat last time out. It seems like forever ago.
Yeah,
Secure It Is. He at least came back to win with an 89 buyer and then was stakes placed in New York with a 93 buyer. So I like Scorch in here. You're going to go 4, 8, 6, and 3. I'm going to go 6, 8, 3, and 4. Let's box the super
Box it up
on the Christmas Eve edition of the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day. And if you're betting the Laurel card from home, here's the Christmas present. $100 worth of free bets, $100 sign-up bonus. Try DRF Bets risk-free this winter. DRFbets.com/free bet. Approximate post time for race number 6 at Laurel, 2:30 Eastern. Good luck.